Okay. Our organization is called Climate Words, and we work with the language of climate change.
So the purpose of Climate Words is to provide people with the tools they need to talk about climate, and basically to put some context into why this is so vital is there's a study that was done in 2021 that it did a survey on 5 different countries in Germany, France, Italy, UK, and the US. And it showed that 15% of respondents were climate literate. That means that 85% of the other respondents were climate illiterate, meaning they weren't able to talk about climate or fully understand it. So it was like they just didn't understand the topic. And something that the study also found, which is really exciting, is that climate literacy is directly correlated with climate action. So with this, that's kind of like where Climate Words comes in. And we provide climate literacy by collaborating with authors, scientists, indigenous leaders, explorers, designers. And we do this by asking them to define a word that is central to their work and define it in their own voice. And each definition we pair with factual information, supporting evidence, a photograph also as supporting evidence, and further resources such as books or scientific studies. And so yeah, that's a little overview of what Climate Words is and the reason why we exist. The climate crisis right now is at a point where it is a communication crisis, meaning we're at a point where all the solutions exist. They've been created, they're here, like people know how to solve the climate crisis, but politicians and those who have like the power to change those or create the transition are not pushing with the urgency that is needed. And that is because of all the misinformation that has been created, and just because of the fact that not a lot of people understand the climate crisis. So yeah, it's a communication crisis, not one of resources.
Was documenting the voices of the youth climate movement, specifically in the build-up to COP26, so the United Nations Climate Conference, which was being held in Glasgow. And Pamela was taking portraits of members of the youth climate movement and having them put forward a sort of statement or message that they were sending to the leaders at the conference. And what we realized was that many of those messages contained words that not everyone understood. And in the event itself, there are many words from science or policy fields that were remaining stuck in their niches. The third level of that is that the media and the mainstream was sort of taking words and misusing them or abusing them, mostly for greenwashing purposes. And so there was a big gap in climate literacy and a big gap in people understanding what they were actually saying to each other. So we created Climate Words because we realized that there was no other database doing this work. There's no other organization focusing fully on the words and the language of climate change. There are many organizations that have a sort of, here are 5 words you should know about climate change list, but we are the only ones now doing forming a full extensive lexicon. Our organization kind of exists between design, visual communication, language, and storytelling for climate action.
We're currently building a lexicon of words that have emerged with the climate crisis. And it's a project with Climate Words, and it's something that basically consists of collaborating with scientists, policymakers, activists, indigenous leaders, explorers, and designers to build a big collaboration where we're learning from each other and expanding climate literacy.
So really what that means also in more detail, like right now, the project that we're working on is designing the lexicon itself. So how do people access the words? What is kind of the structure of that database? and how do people navigate it. So we're working with designers, with graphic designers, to build and program that so that anyone can access this online. Donations are always helpful. Right now we have a partnership with Arc'teryx, which is an outdoor equipment brand, and we have a sort of giveaway, an Earth Month giveaway, which will run until the end of the month. So people can donate to that, and each donation counts as a ticket. And at the end, we're going to announce winners who can pick their jacket and color. So that's one way that we're doing right now. But in general, people can make donations through our website, and that's also thanks to our partnership with Ecologistics.
And our website is climatewords.org.
And at the moment, all the donations will be going towards funding the design and building of our lexicon. That will probably be our main priority for the rest of this year. And once that's up, donations will then go toward supporting our team and maintaining the project. We will also be soliciting fundraising from grants and other sponsorships too.